Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Shivaach and I'm working as a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. And in this video, we will discuss about cheating under IPC. Cheating is considered as a criminal offense under IPC. It is done in order to gain profit or an advantage over another person by using some deceitful means. The person who deceives another known for the fact that he would place the other person in an unfair situation. Cheating is an offense which can be made punishable under section 420 of the IPC. Now let's see the scope of section 415. The cheating is defined under section 415 of the IPC as whoever fraudulently or dishonestly deceive a person in order to induce that person to deliver a property to any person or to contest to retain any property. If a person intentionally induces a person to do or to omit to do any act which would not have done if he was not deceived to do so, the act has caused harm to that person in body, mind, reputation or property, then the person who fraudulently, dishonestly or intentionally induced the person is said to cheat. Any dishonest concealment of fact which can deceive a person to do an act which he would not have done otherwise is also known as cheating within the meaning of the section. Now let's see some of the essential ingredients of cheating. First being the deception of any person, and the second is fraudulently or dishonestly inducing that person to deliver any property to any person or to the consent that any person shall retain any property, and third is intentionally inducing a person to do or omit to do anything which he would not do or omit if he were not so deceived, and the act of the omission cause or is likely to cause damage or harm that person in body, mind, or reputation or property. Now, important ingredient of deception and inducement. The deception. One of the most important ingredient which constitute the offense of cheating is deception. Deception can be done to induce the other person in either deliver or retain the property or to commit an act or omission. Deceiving means to make a person believe that a false to be true or to make a person disbelieve that it is true to be false by using word of conduct. In case of K.R. Kumar vs. State of Kerala, a person who was admitted in the hospital was checked by the doctor, and the doctor knew that the person was in a condition that he won't be able to survive. The doctor conspired with the other accused to issue a life insurance policy for the person who was going to die, and in accordance to do so, he certified it to be fit and healthy. This was done by the accused in order to get the amount from the insurance company after the parent dies. The court held that the accused is liable for the offense of cheating and deceiving the insurance company in order to earn benefit. The accused was also held guilty of cheating under the IPC. Now let's see willful representation and cheating. In deception, a fraudulent representation or willful misrepresentation of a fact is made directly or indirectly with an intent to commit the offense of cheating. In order to prove the offense, it is not only important to prove that the false representation was made by the accused, but also the accused had the knowledge that the representation was false and willfully made in order to deceive the prosecutor. If the accused knowingly makes a representation which is false, then the accused can be held liable for the offense of cheating under IPC. Now let's see cheating and misappropriation. Cheating and misappropriation are closely relative. In cheating, the act of the misrepresentation starts from the beginning of the act, whereas in case of the misappropriation, it is not important that the offense of cheating will start from the beginning. The accused may obtain a property in good faith and then further misappropriate it in order to sell it for the advantage. It may be done against the will or without the consent of the owner. It is seen that the misappropriation is generally done by a person who is a relative, friend, or unknown person. The offense of misappropriation is defined under section 403 of the IPC, and it deals only with the immovable property and not with the body, mind, reputation or immovable property. Now let's see inducement. When one person uses deceitful practice to conceive the other person to agree on anything which is harmful to that person is known to be inducement. It generally occurs when two parties enter into a contract and a party uses fraudulent inducement to gain advantage on the other party. The fraudulent inducement can be done when a person persuades another by giving false information about a thing to be beneficial for that person, but in reality, it is not. A fraudulent inducement differs from the fraud, as inducement needs a person to conceive the other person for the object which he wants to achieve, and the latter needs the permission to commit deceitful conduct by himself for the object which he wants to achieve. Now let's see critical aspect of relating on the offense of cheating. The dishonest intention should be present at the time of making the promise. The deception and dishonest intention are important elements to constitute the offense of the cheating under IPC. The presence of dishonest intention is important to hold a person guilty of an offense. The fact that dishonest intention was present at the time of making the promise is to be proved in order to hold the accused guilty for offense of cheating. The dishonest intention at the time of making the promise cannot be inferred by the subsequent non-fulfillment of promise. Now, the absence of intention to honor the promise at the time of false representation. The offense of cheating has an element of fraudulent and dishonest intention from the very beginning. When a party makes a false representation to another party in order to gain some profit, the intention to honor the promise at the time of false representation is presumed to be absent. Now, dishonestly is causing either wrongful gain or wrongful loss. The acting or the act which is dishonestly is defined under section 24 of the IPC as doing an act or omitting to do an act which causes a wrongful gain to one person or to wrongful loss of a property to a particular person. The act done in order to gain a property wrongfully or cause a loss to another person wrongfully is said to be done dishonestly. Now let's see false pretense to be inferred from the circumstances. False statements and representation made with fraudulent intent in order to gain a profit by cheating are known to be as false pretense. It is not necessary that every patient will be a false one. It has to be inferred by the circumstances. For instance, a person may have induced the credit or delivery of property, but still it might not be sufficient as it has false pretense and the credit or delivery would not have been delivered or given. A false pretense can be used when a party wants to come into a contract with another party. There should be an intention to cheat, deceive or commit fraud on the part of one person, and the intention to commit cheating plays an important part. False pretense and must be inferred from the circumstances of the cases. Now let's see the last topic of this video, the mens rea as an essential ingredient in the offense of cheating. The mens rea refers to a mental state or intention of a person in committing a crime. It is a mental state of the accused which is taken into consideration while deceiving the liability of a crime. Mens rea have to be proved as an essential ingredient for the offences of cheating, and it has been proved that the accused deliberately committed the offence of cheating with a pre-arranged plan. If mens rea for the offence is proved, then the accused can be held liable for the offense of cheating under IPC. That is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.